Hey guys, my name's Ruth. I'm a health visitor in England. Let's talk about how to handle and how to stop children and toddlers from hitting. Now, before I get into this, I do have a behaviour guide. It's called the No Naughty Step Guide. It's £5 and it's got scripts written in there of exactly what to say, what to do when your child hits, bites, throws, snatches. But I am going to go more in depth in this video. It's just a place for you to go if you want to be able to see something written down. Okay, so throughout this video, I am going to talk to you about how to handle toddlers and children hitting, how to help stop them from hitting. But I do want to remind you that actually children aren't born naughty. They haven't got full impulse control until they're 7 years old. So what that means is if they have a sudden impulse to hit, why are they not going to do it? They can't really think of the consequences or the repercussions of their actions. And this is where you come in. Being boundaried and reacting the exact same time every single time is going to drum into them that you don't hit or this happens without them even thinking. So as parents, it's our job to teach our children how to express these emotions and how to handle these emotions without going on to doing hitting, biting, pushing, snatching. I want to try to remind you or tell you about an analogy that I read a little while ago. If I told you to sit in front of a plane and drive the plane, just because I've expected you to drive it doesn't mean you're going to know how to drive it because nobody's taught you how to drive it. And children handling their emotions and behaving a certain way is a similar thing. We tell a child don't hit without teaching them what to do when they want to hit, how to handle those big feelings, how to handle those thoughts of, or that immediate impulse of wanting to hit. Telling them not to hit is this, and without teaching them tools, is the same as telling you to go and drive that plane without teaching you the tools on how to drive a plane. So we all behave in certain ways because of our emotions. Usually it's anger, frustration, sadness, shame. Hunger can do this, embarrassment, guilt, tiredness in children can also impact their behaviour. How can we expect our children to control their impulses when we struggle to as adults and we have impulse control and we do know better? We can stop and think, okay, the consequence of doing this is I will lose my job, or the consequence of this is my partner will leave me, yet we still behave in these certain ways. So let's try to bring it back to remembering they are children and we can expect too much from them, and we are their teachers. We are there to discipline, teach them, and we can do this through role modelling and role playing. How can you expect your child not to hit others or not to shout at others when we are shouting and hitting them ourselves? Although we're not, we shouldn't be hitting them. But some parents, they were brought up by being smacked and therefore think children should be smacked. And we shouldn't be smacking, just to reiterate that. Let's get on to hitting. Your child has hit another child. The step before we get to this is I want to remind you, you must stay calm. As a parent, calmness is honestly your superpower. A tornado meeting a tornado is just going to create a bigger tornado. We want to have calmness reaching a tornado, and that calmness is actually going to teach that child to become calm. They're looking to you to watch what you're doing and learn how to react. So if you come in cross and you come in shouting and you're not calm, it's only going to exacerbate them. They're going to become less dysregulated or more dysregulated. They're going to lose more control. If you're calm and you're there as a strong, firm boundary, you're not going anywhere, your emotions aren't going to be impacted because of them behaving like this, you're going to have so much more ability in supporting them through this tantrum and teaching them on how to behave. A few quick tips on how to regulate your emotions that I do myself is either putting a phone up to make yourself accountable and film yourself, not to be posted anywhere, but so you can watch back and think, okay, I'm pleased with how I reacted there. Take some deep breaths to ground yourself and remind yourself this is not an emergency situation. Nobody is dying here. You're just feeling cross because your child has behaved a certain way that you don't like. It's very normal for them to behave like that. They're not naughty children. They're allowed to feel these strong feelings. They're just not allowed to behave this way. And you're here to teach them time and time again. Even if you feel like this isn't working, it will work. It is a marathon. Count to 10 before you react. Imagine that it is your boss that you're talking to, because I'm sure you can control your emotions then when you're in a work setting where if somebody has said something to piss you off, that you are able to hold in those feelings and still behave how you're supposed to behave. Try to use those with your toddler. Try to use those with your child. Another thing that I like to let parents know is that a toddler's brain is actually very similar to a dementia patient's brain. They've lost that impulse control and they do things without thinking. So try to be a little bit more sympathetic, or how you would behave towards somebody with dementia. If you do feel like you're going to snap, you're going to do something that you may regret or say something that is just unkind or unnecessary, anything you're going to do that you're going to wish you had done, take a few minutes to take a deep breath, remove that child from the situation and say, I'm taking a breather, and do that, because it's really important that we don't react with anger. Have you got a support network that you can lean on, that you can text and say, I'm really struggling, please can you come and help? If your partner is there, if you have a partner, could they come and take over the situation? Or simply, if you really do need to take a few minutes because you're going to do something you're going to regret, put your toddler in their crib or somewhere where you can shut the door, just obviously where it's safe and not in a dark setting. We're not doing that for a punishing reason. We are doing it as a safety reason, for you to take some deep breaths and really calm yourself down. Try to have a safety plan in place that you can refer to if you know you're going to snap, because you're rewiring how you're handling these situations as well. So just to reiterate, that's not how we are handling the hitting situation. That's if you are feeling you're about to lose control. Do you have a neighbour that you can call that you trust can come around? A friend that can come who's in a similar situation? But let's get into how to actually handle the hitting, supposing you are feeling calm, cool, collected. Well, you might not be inside, but you're able to be calm, cool and collected on the outside. Let's get into it. So your child has hit an animal, another child, or maybe even you. Now what? What we're going to do, again, stay calm. We're going to remove the child from that situation immediately, because the prime goal here is to keep whoever they have harmed safe. Could be a new baby, it could be another child. They're not allowed to be hitting, so that behaviour is instantly reacted to. If they're holding a toy, the toy gets left behind and we remove them. We're not isolating them, we're going to be there with them. If they're continuing to hit you, we're going to bear hug them until they come out the other side of this tantrum. That's a different video. I'm talking about hitting other children here. So we've moved them away and they're probably pretty pissed off. They're allowed to be annoyed. They're allowed to feel these strong feelings. And this is the thing as parents, we don't want to be afraid of the tantrums, because the more you prevent tantrums, the more this behaviour is going to get worse and worse and worse. If anything, guys, we don't want to be causing them, but we want to be letting them have these tantrums, almost encouraging them to let this emotion come out. Because when they come out the other side, that is when we're going to teach them. There is no point dishing out punishments, telling them threats whilst they're emotionally dysregulated. They cannot take it in. They're not going to think, oh, mama's just said she's going to take my iPad away, I better stop. It doesn't work like that. It will not work like that. So remembering, we've taken them away from the child and now we're stopping them from going back to the child. And this takes some physical force. We're not going to hurt them. You're the grown-up here, guys. You can stop a child from going over to another child and hurting them, even if that means putting a stairgate up or, you know, shutting the door for a few minutes, as long as that other child is safe. You're the parent. Let's teach them this is not okay, this behaviour. We're now going to let them ride that tantrum out. Don't be afraid of the tantrum. Don't try to appease the tantrum. Oh no, I'm so sorry. No, you're not. They've hit. Label the emotion. You are cross. You cannot hit. And even if you're just repeating that, even if through gritted teeth, you are cross, I'm not going to let you hit. Let them come out the other side. We're not leaving them. Your presence there is so important, because you are that safe person. And at the moment, they're very dysregulated and probably feel quite insecure. So, mummy is here when you're ready for a cuddle. You can literally be saying those three things. Label the emotion. You are cross. I'm not going to let you hit. I'm here when you're ready for a cuddle. And if that's what you're repeating, you're sat there on the floor with them whilst they're tantruming, wait for them to come out the other side, because they will come out the other side. View it a bit like a contraction or a mountain. This is where the behaviour has happened and now they're really, really cross. They're going to come out the other side. They will be back down to this point in a minute. And that is the point that we then will teach them why that behaviour is wrong. They're not going to learn it on the first time. They're probably not going to learn it on the 100th time. It is going to take a lot of consistency here, because we're not only waiting for the brain to develop and be able to understand it, but we're trying to implement a pattern, and that this boundary and this consequence is what will happen every single time you hit. Every single tantrum you go through, not only is your little one going to be learning how to handle these tantrums, but so will you. You will build up more confidence in yourself that you know they're going to come out the other side. And the more you do this, the sooner the tantrums will end. They'll become quicker and quicker, because they know you're not giving in. They also know they're safe, secure. Those feelings are not wrong, but the behaviour is. And that's what we're trying to teach them here. You can feel sad, you can feel cross, you cannot hit. But I'm here for you no matter what happens, and you will feel better on the other side. So you've come out the other side of the tantrum and you've had a nice big cuddle. You've said to them, I love you very much. It's okay. You're allowed to have been sad. Shall we go and try again? And then what we're going to say is we're only going to let them try again once, guys. We're going to let them try again once. And if they don't and they can't stop hitting that child, what is that? What is their behaviour showing you? What's the thing they're trying to communicate here? Are they hungry? Are they tired? Is it time to leave the play date? Sometimes we do need to put their needs ahead of our own. And actually they're showing you something here without being able to articulate it themselves. It might just be it's time to go home. It's time to come and sit down and do a different activity with a snack plate because they're hungry. It's time for a nap. Have a look. What else is going on? But what we can do here with 2-year-olds plus and even younger, remember it's role modelling and we're teaching them by us doing it ourselves, is the repair with the other child. We're going to go over to that child and we're going to say sorry. But we're not just going to say sorry. We're not just going to force a child to say sorry and then move on, because sorry and then moving on isn't enough. We're going to make the situation better. Sorry, are you okay? What will make it better? I have drummed this into my children. It is a script that they do now. And if they're refusing to do it, I do it for them with them stood there. I'm so sorry that Ralph hit you. Are you okay? 90% of the time children will say no because they want, they want something to make it better. Okay, what will make it better? That might be, do you want me to help get your mummy? Do you want a big cuddle? What's going to make the situation better? And there you have taught a child, they've behaved this way, the consequences of this, and this is what we do to make it better now. It's a full circle here. Just to go through it again, they've hit, we're going to stay calm, we're going to brace ourselves, we're going to take a nice deep breath. We're going straight over, removing them from the situation, leaving the toys behind because that's a part of the consequence. And then we're going to let them tantrum. And then we're going to say the 3 things whilst they're tantruming, label the emotion. You are cross. You cannot hit. I'm here for a cuddle. 3 things. It's really important to teach them the words that associate with the feelings that they're feeling. Then once they come out the other side, we're not going to be punishing them. We're going to give them a really big cuddle and we're going to say, let's try that again. But if they hit again, that's it. No more trying again. And we're going to have a nice repair with the child. Sorry, are you okay? What will make it better? And even if it's you saying that, they will start to learn it, guys. They learn through us. They learn through watching us and mimicking our behaviours. So please take a look at my guide. It's £5. It has got so much more information in there, but I will continue to upload videos as well. So like, subscribe, comment, any questions or any other behaviour videos that you'd like to see me filming or have some support with, then please do comment below. Take a look at my Instagram, my TikTok, where I upload videos every single day. And I've got 5 guides currently at the moment. One of them is free, which is the toilet training guide. Just take a look in my bio. Remember, calmness is your superpower. You've got this. You can do it. I believe in you.